This video will show you how we assemble the HIAC 9703 Plus system with an HRLD sensor. This is a demo sensor that has been used. You'll receive one that is similar to this one. So this is our sensor, and we'll come back to it. You'll need one of our two zipper tubes, based on your application, which determines which tube is needed. Generally speaking, low flow rate, high viscosity will be the short, thin zipper tube. If it's high flow rate, low viscosity, you can use the bigger zipper tube with the large diameter bore inside as well. Each of these zipper tubes has a groove where it should have an O-ring in it. You see, this one doesn't have it, but this one does. Please ensure the zipper tubes have an O-ring inside. For this video, we'll use the big zipper tube along with its fixed nut that is delivered with the ship kit. We also need a set of tools. We'll be using a No. 1 flathead screwdriver and an adjustable wrench. And lastly, you also need this small nut, which comes with the ship kit as well. This is for the upper part of the HRLD sensor. We'll talk a little bit about that afterward, and we'll put in our drain tubing as well. And I also have the HRLD sensor cable that will be connecting to it as well. When performing the installation, we want the unit powered off. If you connect the HRLD sensor with its cable while the unit is powered on, there's a risk of zapping the laser inside the sensor. This requires an immediate and expensive repair. Please remember, we want to do these tasks with the unit powered off. Let's start with the HRLD sensor. You'll notice that the HRLD sensor has a connector here, which will go only on one end of the cable. One end has a sub D9 connector, and the other has a 15-pin connector on the other side. We'll get to attaching that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and set up the bits and pieces on each side here. So as mentioned before, there are some red caps we can remove. So unscrew these caps and be sure to keep them. They are extremely important for future use. If you need to ship the sensor or simply store it, these caps are useful. Now you'll notice on this HRLD sensor, there's a flow indication. That means when it comes on this unit, it will sit with the flow going upward here. First thing we'll do is take this bit here. This is a VCO type threading with an O-ring at the base of it here, as well as a small Swagelok type connector fitting on the top. This will go on the top of the arrow here. We simply put that in there, being mindful that the O-ring can fall out of its grooves. So just as you tighten it, feel it. This is a compression tightening only, so there's no need to make it extremely tight. Simply finger tighten it and, taking an adjustable wrench, give it a little nudge, which is sufficient. Moving to the bottom here, to the bottom end of the flow, opposite the arrow, we're going to put our zipper tube in. Once again, we chose the big bore zipper tube. There is another tube that is long and short, as mentioned before. And for USP 787, there's the same small thin zipper tube, but it's shorter. It's about that long. So please set the right one according to your needs. In this case, we set the large one. Be mindful that there is an O-ring down here as well. We want to make sure that that's set in place and is nice and snug. We're going to push that in all the way and simply tighten the nut here. Once again, it's a compression type fitting. So once it's finger tight, give it a little nudge with your adjustable wrench and you're good to go. Now, we'll fit this sensor into the arm, bearing in mind that the connector part needs to go through the arm on this side. Now, once again, remember that there's a small locking mechanism on this side of the arm. Remember that before you put the sensor on, this arm must be floating, and this sensor light trap should be free. We'll go ahead and pass this connector through the hole. Make sure you loosen this if needed, because this will hold the HRLD sensor. Push it all the way through, and there's a groove in here with a screw. I'll take this back out to show you again. There's a screw right there. That screw goes into the special groove here, which means it fits perfectly and centers automatically. Push it all the way in there. Finger tight is sufficient. It's not going to go anywhere. You'll notice it's quite snug already when it's set into place. We'll take this connector here. This is the outlet, or the top of the arrow, and we'll connect to this Swagelok connector straight onto here. Once again, finger tight, and we'll tighten here with a slight turn. This is a Swagelok fitting. If you're not familiar with this, Swagelok fittings will actually tighten an olive and a ferrule that are inside on the tubing here. If you go too far, you'll run into a problem here. You'll crimp up your tubing and you'll end up with a broken tubing. So again, we only want to push this into here and give it a slight nudge to tighten, and that's sufficient. Now, notice again, this sensor must float completely. So here we have it. The weight of the sensor makes the sensor sit to the base. So if I push, it shouldn't move, but if I lift it, it goes up. If that's set in place, then you're good to go with connecting the sensor cable. Now again, I want to reiterate how important it is to connect and disconnect the sensor only when there is no power to the unit. If you don't disconnect, there is a high risk that you'll burn the laser diode in here, which is quite expensive to repair. As mentioned before, there are two ends to this sensor cable. There are different sensor cables as well. You'll notice this one has a blue sleeve on it. The blue sleeve means that it's compatible with the HIAC 9703 Plus instrument and the new smart sensors. Now, the smart chip inside here doesn't work with the HIAC 9703 Plus instrument, but it has the pinning for it. If you're running an older sensor, adapter cables are available, so we'll go ahead and connect the unit into the sensor. Bearing in mind that there are small locking screws on each end here, we want to make sure these are safely secured, so we'll proceed with that. We'll connect to the HIAC 9703 Plus instrument here. And on this end, over here, same thing. We'll grab our screwdriver number 1. We'll tighten them here. Make sure that they sit well and that they cannot disconnect over time. Same thing on the unit itself. We want to make sure these are well set and that they're not moving anywhere. And the bottom one as well. Let me tighten this just a little. There you see we've got some small cable connectors here. This is just to keep it nice and neat. You want to give some play over here because this arm will go up and down. And of course, you can also push that into here if you like. It's not mandatory, but it makes it look nicer. Once that's complete, our sensor is connected and each end is secured. We still haven't powered the unit on. We can go ahead and connect the drain tubing, which is extremely important. We tend to forget it easily. When you remove items from the box, leave this somewhere visible so you remember to connect it. If you don't, you're going to make a mess. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Once again, this is a Swagelok connector, so we're just giving it a slight snug fit. You can't take it off with your hands anymore, but it's tight enough and snug and waterproof from that point on. Thank you for completing this training video on installing the HRLD sensor to the HIAC 9703 Plus instrument.